So I was watching my favorite anime the other day, NBA basketball with LeBron James, and I got to thinking, dude, powers in anime are so busted half the times, it's unbelievable how OP these dudes are. And I got to thinking, there have got to be some trash-ass powers that we don't talk enough about. There are. So I thought long and hard, and I curated a little bit of a list for you guys, so let me cordially welcome you to Why the Fuck Did I Get Stuck With This? Anime edition, where we'll take a look at some characters' shitty powers relative to their own universe. Let's start in the heavily glazed world of Attack on Titan, where you either have no powers or are effectively a human kaiju. That is, unless you're the Cart Titan. Now I already know what you're gonna say, Luke, actually the Cart Titan is incredibly useful, it saved the Marlians' asses many times, and I don't give a shit. What the actual fuck am I looking at? The first time it appeared on my screen, I damn near punched a hole through my phone, and then destroyed every single piece of electronic equipment in my house so that I couldn't see it again. And yes, I mean my phone, because I wasn't even watching the anime, I was reading the manga. Take a look at the manga's initial design for the Cart Titan. Literally fucking ew. Actually, let's do this together. Alright, check this out. Cart Titan initial design. My friends, my family. Why is it in perfect backshot taking position? What is this? Yeah, sure, analog. Look at this guy running at you. Oh my god, imagine being this guy. I mean, the Beast Titan is looking at the Cart Titan like he's about to break Geneva Code just by being fugly. This is unprecedented levels of disgust. But not to worry, because Isayama then realized the war crimes that he released unto people's eyes, so he changes the design to this. What the fuck is this duck-face ass looking Titan? Imagine you're a warrior who's willing to lay down your life for your country. Your lifespan is about to be massively shortened, and you get this power. All your friends are out gallivanting with their opposable thumbs, fighting in style, using weapons, while you're out there carrying their Gatorade. Oh my god, dude. This is... what a travesty. Marley is so lucky that Peak didn't have my demeanor, because if I turned into the Cart Titan after laying my own life down, I would instantly start plotting revenge. There would be no Marley. She's cool and all, I like her as a character, but Peak, the irony in that. Hell no. I will say though that the Cart Titan has something going for it, in particular its ability to speak, so that it can voice its concerns and say fuck my life in all chat. Oh my god, dude, I don't care about its usefulness. I could go on a tirade for ages about the Cart Titan, but we should move on. Because next I want to take a trip to One Piece and talk about a devil fruit, specifically the Hito Hito no Mi. That's the human fruit for those of you with lives. Granted, the devil fruit worked well in the one singular situation that it could have, and it gave Chopper the ability to be a glorified mascot, but otherwise, this thing is complete and utter dog shit. Imagine you're a lowly, down on his luck guy who one day luckily finds a devil fruit, and you're like, yes, finally, the universe is giving me a shot, I'm gonna save my family with my new powers, I'm gonna get the girl I always wanted, and you eat the devil fruit. And then nothing happens. And you start questioning yourself, you're like, damn, I must be tripping, man. Oh well, I guess I'll just go for a swim to clear my thoughts. Even if you don't make the mistake of touching water, this would be unequivocally disappointing. I know that Oda said those who eat this fruit might be more in touch with their humanity, but I'm pretty sure all that means is that you would vehemently lament the cruelty of the universe. And yeah, the Hito Hito no Mi is pretty dog, but as an added bonus from the One Piece world, the Jacket fruit allows the user to turn into a jacket and let someone else wear them. This is literally Oda on his generational run of thinking of the worst fruit ever. Yes, I think people will like the Jacket fruit. And then his fans are like, oh my god, the Jacket fruit, yes. I never would have thought of this. That's so cool. But I digress. Then let's take a trip to JoJo Land, where the GOAT legend Joseph Joestar himself resides. You just got done beating the brakes off of the literal ultimate life form and his lackeys, and years later, when you're to awaken a stand, you get doggy ass Hermit Purple. My guy's first showing was breaking a $300 camera to generate a grainy photo of a bisexual man. Under normal circumstances, this thing would be so ass, you would hate the fact that you were born. Fortunately though, Joseph Joestar is both rich and a goat, which are the two most important things in the world in that order. And I know it has uses outside of that. It's not actively bad, but then you go to jail and you see your grandson rolls up with Star Platinum, and then you take a look at your little Hermit Purple. So while it sucks that Joseph got shafted by Hermit Purple, there is a stand that I wouldn't wish upon anyone, that being Superfly. All this stand does is imprison the user within an electrical pylon, and if you ever leave, you die. Yeah, if someone walks in, they take your place and now they're the ones that are trapped forever, but you just leave without a stand because it functions by itself. Like, to be honest, dude, between Cart Titan and Superfly, give me Cart Titan any day. At least that way I can fit in with the Kardashians. And yeah, it has the ability to reflect any damage it takes back to the person, but let me ask you this, who on God's green earth would walk up to an electrical pylon and punch it? Just a huge pylon standing there and you're like, yo, Ted, check this out. And then it sends its screws at you. Yeah, if you punch a metal-ass pylon, Loki, you deserve to get hurt. And now let's get into a lightning round before we wrap this video up. A lot of people think Mineta's power from My Hero is ass, and it is, but I raise you the shame quirk. Unless you're specifically into being embarrassed, no person in their right mind would trade their pride for a slight power-up. Doggy. Bobo's nose hair. Yeah, he's kind of Chadley because he's Bobo, but if anyone else had that power, they would A, have no friends, and B, definitely not have an anime centered around them. Then we've got Kuroko's ability to literally be so irrelevant he's invisible. Yes, it works in universe, but if you're one of the 99% of people who don't play basketball, you're just forever alone. Again, this is not an anime, but it's an awful power. Agony and Fire Punch just has to live with... Yeah, he just has to live with anything. It's a curse. This life sometimes. Unless you're watching Luca Levy. And finally, we come to the last thing I want to talk about. Hunter x Hunter is goated for having a wide range of unique abilities. But with a wide range comes the potential for Garbo. The first power that comes to mind is Chitu's crossbow, but it'd be better on literally anyone else, so it doesn't really fit my criteria here. There's of course Binault, whose power allows him to discern the physical stats and strength of anyone whose hair he cuts off with his scissors and eats. Which honestly, if you think about it, makes very little sense, because if you're getting close enough to someone to cut their hair and eat it, you're probably stronger than them. And if they don't let you do that, you just got your teeth kicked in, and yeah, you're weaker than them. So that's pretty bad, but man, Rievelt is just utter caca. And if you don't remember who Rievelt is, he's the wheelchair guy who fought Killua in Heaven's Arena. And I guarantee you, you can't even remember what his Nen ability is, because his showings not using his powers were better than when he was. In short, because there's literally no other way to describe it, his ability allows him to propel himself forward at high speeds by releasing a burst of aura from his wheelchair. And you might be thinking, Luca, that actually sounds pretty good. It gives him some necessary mobility. My friend, he can only go forward. This is the most one-dimensional, useless piece of ass that I have ever had the displeasure of seeing. You might even think that it does damage to whatever he hits if by some miracle he manages to get you to stand directly behind his wheelchair and wait for him to unleash the power, but no. Killua actually had that happen. He was laughing at not a single scratch on Killua. I would go so far as to say, Killua took so little damage, he actually probably got healed. And this is what set him on the path of being a good hunter. I mean, my guy, let's take a look at some scenarios. Meruem, the king of the ants, stands before you, aura burst forward. Falling off a cliff in the hunter exam, aura burst forward to fall faster. You unfortunately fall out of your wheelchair during a fight, aura burst yourself into the afterlife. I could go on, but I'm just gonna aura burst past this one. And to wrap it up, I'm gonna leave you with a power that I thought was dog initially, but I realized it serves its purpose really well. Arata Hasuda from Hamatora the animation can seduce anyone through his sweat, which sounds pretty good, but there are two huge drawbacks. The first is that you have to exercise in order to activate the ability, which is way too much activation energy for a superpower, and the second is that it affects only men. Although then I started thinking, because I'm the greatest philosopher of the modern era, if you are as big a gym rat as you need to be to make use of this power, then the only validation that you are looking for comes from other sweaty, large, beefy men. So it's a win-win. And with that, we conclude why the fuck did I get stuck with this anime edition. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see a part 2 to this video, do you disagree with any of my takes? There's so much to write in the comments down below, and I hope to hear your opinion. I also opened up channel memberships because I'm money hungry and I only care about myself. So if you want to support the channel, if you want to collect badges like a Pokemon trainer and have access to free new cool Luca emojis, you can do that, and I would be very, very appreciative. Leave in the comments down below any suggestions for future videos that you want to see. Go join the links in the description. Everything I do for you, and you are looking stellar. Until next time, I love you. Goodbye.